Hello and welcome to another edition of Kaleidoscope right here on Channels Television. I'm Anne Onwawadu. On the program today, we're set with the founder of the Special Foundation, Seyi Akinwale, to discuss the activities of the foundation and its future. Also on the program, we check out sights and sounds from the third edition of the Thought Leadership Summit. Once again, welcome to Kaleidoscope. The Special Foundation is a non-governmental organization with the aim of raising young African leaders through education. Let's find out more. Founded by Mr. Seyi Akinwale in 2018, the Special Foundation is a social impact organization that focuses on raising young African leaders through education by providing platforms and opportunities to fulfill their dreams. It is a community of young professionals with a vision to improve the quality of leadership in all spheres of governance in Africa by creating access for more children to get an education. Through the vision of the founder and partners, the foundation has empowered over 35,000 less privileged gifted African children through education, mentorship, and leadership opportunities. The Special Foundation is committed to helping the United Nations achieve its Sustainable Development Goals by tailoring their programs to promote and contribute towards its goals and helping to build a sustainable future for all. Let's now hear from the founder of the Special Foundation, Seyi Akinwale.
Congratulations on yet another leadership summit. I mean, you've been on this journey of impact for the last 10 years. What has kept you going?
No, thanks. I think it's been the strength of our conviction. Most of the partners of the Special Foundation have been people who were born in Nigeria and in Africa and have lived through, the various growth phases of the country. And we have a strength of our conviction and have a strong burden to effect the change that we desire in the country. And I think that passion has driven us all these long years. We've thought that, there is a sense of responsibility on us to effect the change that we desire in our country and the economy of Africa. And that's what has kept us going. Over the last couple of years, we've been able to provide access to education to over 35,000 children. And this has been by the financial contribution, advocacy of over 260 partners. And I think we have the responsibility and think about the fact that who else will cause this change, if not ourselves, and when else is the best place to do it but now. And that has kept us going through the years. The foundation is trying to influence the quality of leadership across Africa by ensuring more children get an access to education. And that's what we are truly vested in doing. We believe that there is nobody else to do this job but ourselves, and there's no best time to do it but now. And that has kept us going through the last couple of years, ensuring that we stay focused in implementing and changing the societal ill that we find in our continent today.
How do you ensure your programs at the Special Foundation are sustainable?
There are a couple of programs we have at the foundation. One of it is our scholarship program, where we ensure that children, irrespective of their society and economic situation, have access to continuous education. We also have a summer school program where we host thousands of kids and ensure that we can influence the way they think, how they learn, the quality of learning they receive. And we also have a school build program where we're building new infrastructure to ensure that children gain an access to education and learn in a very clean environment. And a mentorship program where we go into public schools and just show children pictures that they can aspire to. Over the last couple of years, we have been responsible for over 600 children's continuous scholarship education. Last year alone, we hosted about 5,000 children in about 10 different centers across the country. And we are vested in doing this. And the sustainability of this and the consistency of this is very important to us. And we ensure we do this by, one, diversifying our income base. We have hundreds of partners who are vested in providing this. We also have partner schools. We have over 140 partner schools in Nigeria alone across the country, when we're represented in about 23 states in the country, and ensuring that we can build a community. I think one of the things that help us to assure us of our sustainability is through partnerships and collaborations. We believe that to go as fast as and as far as we want to go, we have to do this building a community and a collaboration. That's what the Special Foundation is. The Special Foundation is a collaboration of people and organizations who want to cause sustainable change in society. And we do this through, again, bringing our intellect, our resources together so that we can advocate for the children from economically disadvantaged communities.
What is your view of the role private and public sectors play in addressing societal change or making sure the narrative is changed?
I believe that both the private sector and public sector play very pivotal roles in creating sustainable change in addressing societal issues. The public sector has to create the enabling environment that allows various partners and market players contribute towards providing different solutions in effecting sustainable change. Also, private sector actually plays a very critical role because governments around the world have never been the main driver of any sustainable change you find. You find that it's citizens that drive those change, and citizens have to come together and create the change that they want to see in society. And this is one of the ways this is done is through philanthropy. You know, we don't think of ourselves as Special Foundation as a charity because charity sometimes is defined as giving money away. That's not what we see ourselves as. We see ourselves as sustainable and effective philanthropy, which is looking out for a need in society and trying to see how you can effect change, how you can effect a sustainable change in that societal hill that you want to address. And that's what we see. We believe that we can do this by working together with religious bodies, private organizations, government parastatals also, and government institutions, and also various partners and players, diplomatic community and governments, and in all coming together to contribute a piece of the puzzle that would help in addressing and ensuring that whatever change is effective is sustainable.
Now, what is the next phase of your vision? You have now impacted over 36,000 lives, 36,000 children, as you said, and giving them access to education in Nigeria. I'm sure this also has a ripple effect on those around them at the same time. What is the next phase for the Special Foundation?
We have a goal to reach out to 100,000 children by the year 2030. And we are doing this by building systems that can be replicated, prototypes that can be replicated across various societies we find in Nigeria and the continent of Africa. Our vision is Africa-focused. We believe that the advocacy that we provide is required not just in our country, Nigeria, but we also have to create systems for other neighboring African countries that allows their citizens also intervene in addressing societal ills like out-of-school education. And that's what we are focused on today. We have a run rate to reach out to 65,000 children in the next 5 years. And we are ensuring that we can build the community, and that's part of what we're doing today. Building community, building partnerships and collaborations that can ensure we address this. And that's what we always look out for. We look out for more partners, more individual and corporate partners that can come together in addressing this. And what the foundation provides is an accountable platform that allows every partner to contribute, because every contributor is very important in addressing the targets that we seek. And so what I would like to say is, if there's any partner, individual or corporate or government, who would like to come together in addressing this societal need, we would like to have a conversation with you to come together as a force field in addressing the plague of out-of-school children in Nigeria and the continent of Africa. You can also find a lot of information about the partnership work that we do and the impact work that we are doing across the country on our website, which is www.thespecialfoundation.org. We also have a link there to our social media channels because we do a very good job demonstrating and documenting our impact journey over the last couple of years, you would find the work we've done in various communities across the country in the continent of Africa. So as a part of the work that we do, we are a community of individuals in private sector, public sector, entrepreneurs, developers who are coming together to contribute their own resources and community. One of the things that we want to ensure that we can do is reach out to more corporate organizations that, as part of their corporate social responsibility, who want to be a part of creating sustainable societal change, to come and collaborate with us so that we can jointly think and bring in our resources together and our intellect together and see how we can create systems that can provide meaningful change in our society.
Let's now find out how the third edition of the Thought Leadership Summit was marked in Lagos.
You see a glimpse of
the third edition of the Thought Leadership Summit of the Special Foundation begins with a cocktail, bringing together partners, beneficiaries and friends of the foundation to celebrate the progress made and commit to doing even more to contribute to the development of education in Nigeria.
Oh, every child is your child, every child has the right to dream.
And founders of the Special Youth Leadership Foundation, I want to welcome you to this occasion.
As guests settle in for a rewarding evening, they enjoy lovely renditions signaling the beginning of what they have all gathered here to celebrate.
Hello, welcome to a brand new day. Don't worry, it is not too late. Shake off the dust, don't let the sun go to waste. Oh,
The opening remarks from one of the Special Foundation partners emphasizes the importance of education and the urgent need to reduce the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria.
It's a deep honor to stand before you today, not just to give the opening remark of this great occasion, but as someone who truly and deeply believes that every child is your child and that every child has a right to dream. Let me start by asking you to imagine. So I'm taking you through a journey. The sun rises slowly over a quiet village in northern Nigeria. There's no sound of car horns, no school bells, just wind, dust, and the soft shuffling of feet on red, dry earth. A little girl, let's call her Amina, is already awake. She's about 7 years old, but she doesn't rise to prepare for school. There's no uniform laid out, there's no lunchbox packed, no multiplication tables to revise. Instead, Amina picks up a worn-out plastic keg and sets out with her mother to fetch water from a nearby stream. She's trying to do that before the sun comes out and before the lines get so long. After all that, she returns home to grind millets, sweep the compound, take care of her younger siblings. She's intelligent, incredibly so. She counts, she sings, she imagines faraway places, but she has never held a pencil, never opened a textbook, never heard a teacher call her name. School is a word she knows, but it feels like a story someone else gets to live. Yet she smiles, she dreams, even without knowing the full shape of what is possible. So let's pause. What do you think life could be like if someone reached out to her and said, Amina, your future matters? If someone built a bridge between her brilliance and the kind of opportunity too many take for granted. While we are here in this room filled with professionals, leaders, creatives, thinkers, doers, while we are here dressed so immaculately, so beautifully, while we are here, let's take a moment to pause and think of the millions of Aminas who are out there waiting for someone to give them a chance and give them a hope.
But I know everyone here came here to give something. The most important thing you have to give is your time. So if you can give your time, it means you can give. The only question we have to ask ourselves is, are we giving to the right causes? Are we giving through the right people? Because 100,000 naira that you give through one way could do 2 or 3 times as much if you give it another way. And the question we should be asking ourselves is this not the best way for us to give? Should we not reallocate the way we give to people who have demonstrated that not only can they impact lives using very limited resources, but they can also tell the story in a way that is so impactful that it encourages others to give, in a way that is so transparent that you know, once you've given them your money, you know it's not going to do anything but help people who need it the most.
A journey that began several years ago has no doubt impacted many lives, and beneficiaries are here to testify.
To our own school, I must confess, numbers have tripled. I'm afraid. I don't want to do numbers. And, you know, I listen to some children sometimes and I really felt bad. That was before renovation. What happened was some children and my own children were there. Hey, your school is not fine. There's no painting. I really felt bad, let me be honest. That was before renovation. And then when Special Foundation came and they did renovation, and they promised solar, and I was, solar. I checked on the internet. Solar is not somebody's mate. And I said they would do solar. And the day those materials came, even the boys outside, they said, this one is our own.
Before now, Hope Primary School is like a village school. But we want to thank God for the transformation. They have turned Hope Primary School to a modern school now. Hope Primary School before, when I got there as the head teacher, it was nothing to write home about. It's just like a village school. Before Special Youth Leadership came, so many other NGOs, they come to school to ask for one thing or the other, the challenges that we are facing in the school. And when we take them around, they promise us that they are coming back, but they never came. When Special Youth Leadership Foundation came, we took them around also, and they promised that they were going to come back. Before we know it, they have started work in our school.
During summer school, instead of children straying around the streets or hawking, we beg the parents. Most of the parents in the community, it's an underserved community. That's where we have our school. And then most of the parents during the holiday, they feel it's an opportunity for them to ask their children to hawk for them. But we usually beg them, but we know that when we are not there for the 3-4 weeks for summer break, they can do anything they like with their children. So when Special Foundation came and said, oh, they are going to sponsor us in 2022, we're really very happy. And then it has brought a lot of impacts. I mean, the first summer school was awesome. The children were exposed to so many things, and so they gave us projectors to show movies to the children, we did homemaking and so many other things, and then and they've continued with us, and it's been a wonderful journey with the Special Foundation, taking the children out of the streets during the summer holiday, and they're making their life better. So thank you.
For the Special Youth Foundation to care for us, you can imagine how much they are spending. Every child spends 1.5 million per term. Any child you pick on as a dependent child in the special unit spends 1.5 million per term. From therapy to care, to food, to medication, to feeding. 1.5 million. So please, a round of applause for the Special Foundation. A round of applause for those who put their money in those places. It's not a joke. We are proud to be beneficiaries of this Special Foundation, an organization that truly embodies compassion, care, and community transformation.
The direct beneficiaries cannot hide their joy. One after the other, they show their gratitude to the Special Foundation, including the presentation of an award to the founder, Seyi Akinwale.
Be great leaders of tomorrow. These are what carries only our name, sir. Just take a good look at me. I am only 13 years old, and I promise you, if you are patient with me for another 12 to 15 years, you will not just read about me on the pages of the newspapers, but also you will come for a check at my hospital. Thank you, sir, and God bless you. On behalf of all of us, we thank the Special Youth Foundation.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
The words collaboration and partnership for success is evident in this panel discussion as partners of the foundation emphasize the need to do more.
Well, how can other institutions continue to play a role, grow and sustain this kind of long-term impact?
The only thing I would say is I would encourage institutions to partner long-term and to commit to the work of the foundation such that the foundation itself can then plan to reach, all these goals about reaching 100,000 children and all of that. That can only be done if we're actually certain that next year, the following year, and the year after, this is actually how much you would get, and it's credible, not that you've planned and then, things don't pan out because people can't give. So the real support that the foundation will need is long-term partnership, but also, commitment by these institutions and making sure that as part of their own business planning, they factor in their giving back to the community, and Special Foundation is a credible partner to do that.
I think for me, first is the environment we find ourselves, and someone else here has talked about paying it forward. For me, it's the ability to transform our environment, to transform a nation. It's those causes that I look forward to giving to, and it's those, because when people then pay it forward, the momentum and the scale that it can possibly get to becomes very, very interesting. So for me, it's how do we put that into everybody and into programs like the Special Foundation that show that impact, because the work we are doing here, right, is long-tailed, right, in the sense that some of the rewards will be immediate, but most of what we would see would be way down the line, and that's really the beauty of giving back.
It goes beyond just the nominal value. It becomes real. It becomes something that I believe that some years down the line, they are able to pay it forward. So we're not just helping children, we're helping those that these children will help some years down the line, where the impact that Special Foundation has made in the lives of these children then translates to something generational.
It's not just about what we're doing. We're also creating avenues for you all to be a part of what we're doing. And that's what storytelling does. It ensures that, we share our vision with all of you. Not all of us are going to go into Makoko or, where Farida lives. But, there's something about seeing that video that makes you remember that, look, this is the reality of most people. Most of us in the room here, this is not our story. So you're learning your story. You're in a place of privilege. So storytelling helps you to be able to see beyond your immediate scope into what's happening and how best we can support.
And for the founder of the Special Foundation, Seyi Akinwale, this task to improve Nigeria's education system is one dear to his heart.
Think about the children we met tonight, guys. I think about Shindara, I think about Victor, and what their lives will be like without the intervention of many of you in this room today. There was a guy called Rema who was also a part of the conference about 3 years ago, or the 3 summits ago. Today he's a senior prefect in his school. There was Glory, and those of you who were there last year when we had the summit, she later, when we met her about 5 years ago, she had both parents. The father wasn't doing much. She's died 2 years after. And our education has not wavered because of the commitment of many people in the room today. And for me, it's heartbreaking when I witness any child's dream get swallowed. due to the economic realities beyond their control. And for us, the idea is every child is your child. And like Bimbo said, it's not cliche for us. We believe that the future we dream of begins with the spark of a child. The great world we anticipate and aspire to for ourselves is only made possible if we can get more children into school and reshape their thoughts, influence their minds, and bring a positive influence into our society. The second big idea we always talk about is that every child has a right to dream. As simple as this simple concept sounds, you have to truly believe it for your actions to support same. Why would you go beyond to support the dreams of a child in many cases you have never met? It has to be because you truly believe in a life beyond yourself, beyond your children or your family. It is a sense of a cause beyond yourself.
It's not just a night of speeches, it's also one to recognize partners and ambassadors of the Special Foundation who have stayed true to the mission and vision over the years.
For their profound generosity, it has changed lives, and it's helping to redefine the future of Africa. Just like you, they have contributed and donated multiples in six-figure amounts to the Special Youth Foundation. One more time.
With the conclusion of the third Thought Leadership Summit and the hope for future summits and impactful initiatives, the Special Foundation hopes to target more out-of-school children and ensure that no dream is cut short.
Well, they say a child's education is like a canvas where every lesson adds a stroke of brilliance. So to all those adding that color to children all over the world, we say keep it up and well done. Well, that's where we draw the curtains on today's edition of Kaleidoscope. But you can watch past editions. Go to youtube.com/channelsweb, click on playlist, or put it on the search engine and enjoy your time with it. I'll see you very soon. I'm Anne Mwawadu.